Welcome to the Mind Shelf. If you're feeling a little adrift, searching for clarity and direction, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we bring you Feeling Lost? These quotes will show you the way. Discover profound words of wisdom designed to illuminate your path, inspire purpose, and guide you forward. Let these insights light up your journey home. 1. The only sure way to avoid making mistakes is to have no new ideas. This quote reminds us that true innovation inevitably involves risk and the possibility of error. To entirely avoid mistakes, one must cease all creative thought and progress. 2. Trying to get everyone to like you is a sign of mediocrity. Here's what that really means. Attempting to appease all people often leads to compromising your principles and achieving only average results. Authenticity and excellence frequently involve displeasing some. 3. Courage is doing what you are afraid to do. There can be no courage unless you are scared. This quote reminds us that true bravery is not the absence of fear, but the act of taking action despite feeling afraid. Courage only exists in the presence of fear. 4. When life takes the wind out of your sails, it is to test you at the oars. Here's what that really means. Periods of adversity or setbacks are meant to test your inner strength and self-reliance. When external forces fail, you learn to depend on your own effort and resilience. 5. People hear you on the level you speak to them from. Speak from your heart, and they will hear with theirs. This quote reminds us that the depth of your communication is determined by its sincerity. When you speak with genuine emotion and authenticity, others are more likely to truly connect and understand you emotionally. 6. I will do nothing lightly. When I walk, I will walk heavily. When I fight, I will fight with conviction. When I speak, I will speak strongly. When I feel, I will feel everything. When I love, I will love with everything. This quote reminds us that this is a commitment to live with profound intensity and wholehearted engagement in every aspect of life. It advocates for passionate, committed action and emotional depth. 7. So let us, you and I, for the sake of our brother man, individually strive by example and influence to lift the standard of thought and conduct from the low level of selfishness and self-indulgence up to the lofty realms of aspirational thought and self-denial. Here's what that really means. This is a call to collective moral elevation. It urges individuals to lead by example, inspiring others to move from self-centeredness to higher ideals and selfless contribution for the betterment of humanity. 8. You have to train your brain to be positive, just like you work out your body. This quote reminds us that maintaining a positive mindset requires consistent, intentional effort, similar to physical exercise. Mental well-being needs regular training. 9. Worrying is like paying a debt you don't owe. Here's what that really means. Anxiety and apprehension are unproductive and costly emotional expenditures for things that may never happen or are beyond your control. Worry drains you for no benefit. 10. Anytime we step out boldly to make changes, we take a chance that we might fail. But the only way to get better is to try. This quote reminds us that embracing change and pursuing improvement inevitably involves the risk of failure. Taking action, despite potential setbacks, is essential for growth. 11. Change the way you speak about yourself, and you can change your life. Here's what that really means. Altering your internal dialogue and self-talk profoundly influences your perception of yourself and, consequently, your entire life experience. Your words shape your reality. 12. Most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. This quote reminds us that Significant achievements often occur immediately after overcoming major setbacks. Perseverance through apparent defeat is key to breakthrough. 13. Most of the shadows of this life are caused by standing in one's own sunshine. Here's what that really means. Many of our problems and struggles are self-inflicted, stemming from our own negative perspectives or actions that block our potential for happiness and success. 14. If you don't create your reality will create you. This quote reminds us that if you don't actively shape your life with intention, external circumstances and passive acceptance will determine your path. Take control or be controlled. 15. Do not look for approval except for the consciousness of doing your best. Here's what that really means. Seek validation only from your own internal sense of having given your utmost effort, rather than from external praise or acceptance. Self-integrity is the highest approval. 16. Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. This quote reminds us that simple acts of kindness expressed through words can have a profound and lasting positive impact far beyond the moment they are uttered. Small gestures can have infinite repercussions. 17. A failure is like fertilizer. It stinks to be sure, but it makes things grow faster in the future. Here's what that really means. Setbacks, though unpleasant, provide essential lessons and create conditions that accelerate future growth and success. Failures are valuable learning experiences. 18. Always do your best. What you plant now, you will harvest later. This quote reminds us that consistent effort and quality in your present actions will inevitably yield positive results in the future. Your current input determines your future outcome. 19. Accept everything about yourself. I mean everything. You are you, and that is the beginning and the end. No apologies, no regrets. Here's what that really means. Embrace your entire self, flaws and all, without reservation or shame. True self-acceptance means loving who you are completely, leading to freedom from apology and regret. 20. A journey to 1,000 miles begins with one step. This quote reminds us that any large or ambitious endeavor starts with a single crucial initial action. The most monumental tasks are achieved incrementally. 21. Never be afraid to do what's right, especially if the well-being of a person or animal is at stake. Society's punishments are small compared to the wounds we inflict on our soul when we look the other way. Here's what that really means. Always prioritize ethical action, particularly when protecting the vulnerable, because the internal moral cost of inaction and compromise is far greater than any external repercussion. 22. The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. This quote reminds us that the most extraordinary and fulfilling journey one can embark on is actively pursuing and creating the life they genuinely aspire to live. 23. Don't bother just to be better than others. Try to be better than yourself. Here's what that really means. Focus on personal growth and self-improvement, striving to surpass your own past performance, rather than engaging in external competition with others. Self-mastery is the truest form of betterment. 24. The mentor can be identified by 4 things: by restraining you from wrongdoing, guiding you towards good actions, telling you what you ought to know, and showing you the path to heaven. This quote reminds us that a true mentor is characterized by their ability to provide moral guidance, encourage positive behavior, impart essential knowledge, and illuminate a path towards spiritual or ultimate fulfillment. 25. Speak your heart. If they don't understand, the message was never meant for them anyway. Here's what that really means. Express your genuine feelings and truths without reservation. If your message isn't received, it indicates a lack of receptivity in the audience, not a flaw in your authentic expression. As we conclude this collection of guiding wisdom, remember that even in moments of feeling lost, the way forward is always within reach. Let these quotes serve as your compass, empowering you to find clarity, take action, and reclaim your direction. If these words helped illuminate your path, please like this video, share it with someone who needs guidance, and subscribe to the Mind Shelf for more soul-nourishing content. May your journey always be clear and purposeful.